I'll show you guys some of the electronics that I'm planning to repair. Just just in case people aren't really following a lot of my repairs. I'm trying to repair shelf stereos, and also picking up any random, any items that might be useful. This looks really useful, even though, I mean, it looks something from Amazon, but it has USB ports and even USB-C. So this power adapter, I mean, being for free, it would have probably cost, you know, pretty good amount. So basically, I'm pretty much recycling or, collecting some electronics. I've got like a rubber tote in here, and I actually finally finished filling it up. I will say they're parts, and this garbage bag is kind of like a barrier. But I pretty much, kind of see like that micro SD slot, which is always, a factor in a insect or a bug. But some of my laptops, some of them are really broken, so I could really take out off the even the display might be broken. But I'm pretty much trying to test and see if I can rebuild them. And so far, some of them might have a bad display and needs micro repairs. And also this one, I recently swapped the hard drive and stuff, and some of them might need a hard drive, and so everything works on one or two, but it's not that many, and two of them are really broken and things like that. But I'm thinking trying to just store them away for now, and then taking out just as many parts. I think I have like some power adapters, the power adapters, and those also cost money. If you find power adapters, you can definitely collect those, and kind of you can also use them for just testing or um, you know just inventions, I guess. Like making, I think it's like a stud welder, not a stud welder, a spot welder, where basically I need a couple of carbon rods, but this is where I kind of keep all my spare RAM. There's even a bezel and back cover, and even two hard drives are kind of underneath. This so just stay organized. Some Apple PowerBook G4, and I kind of try to get as much information. I might even throw in just information about notes and laptops and things like that might be in here. So these are just some of the information I think from a few of the laptops. But what I might need next is a 4 gigabyte DDR4, which I might, well, I probably have it set as 2 gigabytes. There should be a 4 gigabyte somewhere. It might be tucked. Yeah, it's probably tucked right here. So that's 4 gigabytes DDR3. So that's how it goes. So within some of the laptops that I have, some of them like the hard drive or uh, just like I can't really explain the whole issues. Sometimes I mess with the settings, like turn off, like remote access, and some of the on some of the it's just strange, and then there's like shopping apps or other updates and things, or even the internet itself if I want to, and you know, and somehow like the sometimes the laptop itself, the main board, or just even the hard drive might not might get complicated. So it's always good to have like different systems and swapping parts out and stuff, and that's what I've been doing, and testing and things. But that's just if and the result is you get to edit, you know, like, or have, you know, other devices and things, um, you know, going, just working basically, just making things, or, you know, just inspecting few, you know, route think to have a good running system. After a few things, I'm actually going to be making mixtapes after like all types of, and having to deal with this, you know, testing and you know, comparing different devices and things like that. Um, you know, this one was kind of eating a tape, so I got to keep testing things, and um, you know, it might even be a good recorder compared to one of my other cassettes and decks that I need to repair. But this works okay, I think. It's just the rewind and fast forward on this side doesn't work that good, so I got to swap it over to that side. But it records really good. This one might record good, but it might also kind of eat a tape. It just depends. But I kind of switch, you know, headphones or and even the connections and things. I've got to, you know, double check just for backup, just so I could use my cassettes and stuff that I've collected. So YouTube, welcome to Upside DIY. So this laptop started to crash. So I changed a few settings and then I powered it off, and then I started hearing the fan turn on and then off and then on and off. I disabled the remote, or you know, turn that off, and I don't know. I thought it was going to be a pretty reliable, you know, just a small system, but right now at this point, I've got just a bunch of computer parts, or just a little bit like RAM or hard drive, you know. That's why these parts are going a little cheap, or maybe they're selling cheap parts. Or I might put everything back, um, or basically put everything in a box until I could really formulate a good situation to micro repair. And um, yeah, I'm probably just going to put everything away for now, and then you know, probably just get a decent working system so I could look around. Or what I could do is, welcome to Upside DIY. So I've got pretty much lotion and some of my supplies taking apart this laptop. I sprayed some rubbing alcohol, and I also have some paint thinner, that basically trying to get these buttons loose. It's like once the alcohol evaporates, it starts to get a little sticky. Spray in a little alcohol and it works. That's only for a day or two. So I got this little tab. I taped off most of the around the board or the connector. I'm kind of, you know, using this camera to, I didn't get any of the crazy glue onto there. So what I could try to do is, you know, see if this connector really works. So I just peeled off some of the tape that I had to kind of keep things covered up a little bit. Things like that. And the thing is, this connector, maybe it wasn't in all the way. It's good, or even I just, you know, power on, but it's just not working. So somehow I like wiggled with both my hands and, you know, the keyboard and stuff, but now all this stuff, and you know, the and help, and basically um got like a signal to power it on and stuff, and now I just have to connect the keyboard. So it says F1 or F2. I'm not even sure if the keyboard is in right. Okay, so that did something. So now it's booting up. So it's Microsoft Corporation. It's pretty crazy that that not like every little not every little, but just a small misalignment, a small connection failure, and just and also going even with doing. So there's a Windows logo, couple of accounts and stuff. And there's also like a power so the syntax doesn't work, so I think I have to press shift. So same thing, there's also other issues. Might have fried the syntax, spray painting or just cleaning it up and stuff. That's not really working that good. And fiddling around with these connectors and things might be something wrong, underneath. So that's a bummer. It's just a basic computer or something. I also have other systems that are actually failing. I swapped out the Windows 8, and the next day, and 2, 3, or 4. Well, and then I changed the settings. I disabled the remote access and stuff like that. With these computers, like the motherboard and swapping out the hard drive. When you work on a few things and change the settings, it's been like that for 10 to 20 years. Windows, or even the computer itself, has issues with even if you click apply and or even leave it powered on and stuff, and then it wants to cycle. But even the power button, sometime after a while, it basically turns on, and then after that nothing happens. So this so it's basically like you so it's basically like it's a nice product and stuff. You know Basically, like, because I'm kind of finished up just for now. That I'm gonna use rubber gloves and clean up everything. But I've got pretty much a few like other laptops and things like that. Maybe I'll like I could just soak in just finding the right door and stuff to really get immersed back into this. But for now, it's basically just a bunch of bad repairs. So I got a few bags and backpacks basically ready to just put these away. Even extra suitcases, or I even picked up a few items. You guys already saw this, but I got a few power strips, I think, and this one right here is just a really oddball one. I think it's a night light also, but it connects to 2 power strips, and a third. So this might be a real, and it's got USB, which is awesome, I think. And I think I'm gonna keep this to like a mobile kit, disinfect. I've got these taken apart to where I can actually, like, I'm probably gonna tape the little connector. But I got this little flex ribbon to work, but the syntax failed, so that's why this computer failed the repair. And it just depends. Pretty much finishing up. I took this laptop back apart after testing. It still powers on and stuff, but I only have one 512 megabytes. This could hold 2, and I have 256 megabytes. Pass on just hooking this up to a full system.